You predicted 9th round knockout. Why 9th round?
I was just fooling around. But hopefully I can get the night. Hopefully. Well, it's going to happen.
You think he can beat him?
Yes.
You think he can beat Shakur?
Yes.
You think he does beat Shakur?
I think Shakur can beat him.
That's a 50-50.
That's.
I think they both beat Haney.
Haney good, bro.
I think they both
Haney
beat
140.
I think
Haney 140.
Nah.
So, like, Shakur, right? Like, he look like he got skill, right? But to be honest, I'm gonna be real. I ain't see him fight nobody that's like.
That's amateur shit. Come on, bro. When that heat coming back at you, them niggas like, you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see it. They ain't really, these niggas just talking that way. And it's always, oh, he can be this, he can be the next. Nigga, prove yourself.
Gervonta Davis has sent a strong message to Shakur Stevenson as talks of a potential 2026 fight begin to surface, stating confidently that he would stop him. Davis criticized Stevenson, labeling him as overhyped and casting doubt on his accomplishments. He argued that Stevenson has yet to face elite competition, adding that rising younger fighters are already standing out more with their performances.
What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn looking way more better than this. So I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
keep saying?
Gervonta Davis also dismissed any idea that he's intimidated by Shakur Stevenson, saying there's nothing to worry about when facing someone who doesn't press the action. He took aim at Stevenson's defensive approach, arguing that a serious competitor must show clear attacking intent, something he believes is missing from Stevenson's performances in the ring.
to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of somebody, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only winning basketball and football.
Shakur Stevenson believes he has everything it takes to compete at the highest level of boxing. He remains ready for any test and is actively looking to take on elite opponents. With that mindset, he views a potential matchup with Gervonta Davis as a major chance to elevate his legacy.
I told y'all who I want to fight. I can't keep saying the same thing. I already told y'all who I want to fight. The best versus the best. That should be my next fight. I told y'all I'm a dog. I'm top level, elite level fighter. So let's make boxing great again. Let's put the best fighters in the ring with each other, and let's see who comes.
Shakur Stevenson views his ongoing tension with Gervonta Davis as deeper than simple verbal exchanges, believing it stems from Davis recognizing him as a legitimate danger. He pointed out that Davis's reactions have shifted over time, from brushing him off to showing clear irritation whenever his name is mentioned. Stevenson interprets that change as a sign that Davis understands the level of threat he brings to the division.
It's on, the upcoming task, which was Zepeda, but there was a time where you guys were pretty cool, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What changed?
Competition. As you get older, you start to know what competition is, and he kind of looked at me like, I feel like I was a threat. Which is rightfully so. Like, I don't blame him for the way that he looked at me. But it is what it is. It's two guys that just want to be the best in our sport, and we were ready to lay it all on the line.
Did he say to you, like, yo, I don't want to be friends, or we can't, or is it just like a gradual thing where it started to become more distant?
Now you just know energy. You know energy. Once you feel the energy that's coming at you, you understand, like, okay, I get it.
When do you think that started to change?
I think as he kind of matured and got older. Once you get older and mature, his energy kind of let it be known, like, yeah, you the ops.
Shakur Stevenson is convinced that Gervonta Davis is well aware of the danger he presents in a possible matchup. He compared their mindsets, suggesting that Davis is more focused on maintaining his current position. In contrast, Stevenson emphasizes his willingness to take on the toughest opponents to prove he belongs among the sport's elite.
But he knew exactly. Deep down inside, he could sit here and say, I'm not this, I'm not a good fighter, I'm not that, but deep down inside, he knows that I'm the truth.
Right.
So with him knowing that, he knows that I'm the biggest threat around where he's at.
Do you see he gets very upset when people ask him about you?
Yeah. I think that's insecurity though. I think he's insecure.
Because he knows that you give him trouble? Like, what's he insecure about in your opinion?
With top level guys like him, cause like I'm kind of different. I look at things like competition, but like his mentality is more so like it's either me or it's nobody. It's not a 1A, 1B, or you don't have nobody equal to you. So I understand his mentality, but I like to prove that I'm the best. So we kind of.
Fans across the boxing world are anticipating this potential showdown, expecting a competitive and exciting contest. Analyst Teddy Atlas has suggested that Gervonta Davis could be the one fighter capable of breaking through Shakur Stevenson's style. He highlighted Stevenson's quickness, movement, accuracy, and control of range as qualities that make him extremely difficult to defeat. Even so, Atlas believes Davis possesses the tools to seriously test Stevenson and could even emerge victorious.
Stevenson is that difficult because of his style, because of his ability, because of his eyes, because of his, his legs, that his hand speed, the way that he controls range. Tank Davis is the only guy that I can see that could possibly decipher that style and beat Shakur.
But we have never seen Shakur have problems with this one. We've seen him be more disciplined at the right times than we've seen him not have discipline. So with the fight being like it is right now, I would lean towards Shakur because of his discipline, but don't get twisted. If somebody could beat him, Tank Davis would be that person because of his intentions. When Tank is disciplined and got his mind on right, Tank's a problem for anybody. Tank can fight better than most people think he can. It's just that sometimes his outside antics get the better of him, and it makes people think less of him, but don't underestimate Tank Davis. If Tank is motivated and ready to fight, Tank is a problem.
Roy Jones Jr. believes Shakur Stevenson's discipline sets him apart from Gervonta Davis, pointing out that Stevenson remains composed and focused when it matters most. In comparison, he mentioned that Davis has at times dealt with inconsistency and distractions outside the ring. Even so, Jones added that when Davis is fully committed and mentally sharp, his talent and natural ability make him dangerous for any opponent he faces.
As a fighter, I will pick Shakur because I don't believe Tank will be able to land those big shots on Shakur like he does everybody else.
Right.
Shakur defense is just too tight. And not only Shakur, Keyshawn either.
Oh, you don't think Key either? Even right now, I feel like it's a little Key nice though, but it might be a little early for Key right now.
Listen, Tank get hits a lot. Tank, in my eyes, Tank is always losing until he's not.
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah.
If you watch those fights,
well, at least in the early rounds. Middle rounds, he start coming up, but I see what you're saying. Them early rounds, yeah.
Let Keyshawn start hitting them like everybody else hitting them. Let him start hitting them with everybody else, like everybody else hitting them.
Yeah.
Man, he gonna clean them. He punches too.
Terence Crawford shared his view on the matchup, siding with Shakur Stevenson. He explained that Gervonta Davis could have difficulty connecting with his power punches because of Stevenson's strong defense and precise timing. Crawford noted that Davis often builds momentum in the later rounds, but can struggle to land clean shots early. Against a sharp and disciplined opponent like Stevenson, he believes those early missed opportunities could be taken advantage of, giving Stevenson a clear strategic edge in the fight.
Not a Shakur and Gervonta.
Gervonta Davis?
Yeah.
I like to go with Tank. Everyone's going to go with Tank, It will be a very interesting fight. Shakur takes a good shot, though. He's a specialist. That's why some fights that he doesn't look good in, because he's so superior. He is boring watching sometimes. But he's a specialist. He knows what he's doing. He's hard to beat. To bring out the best in Shakur, you got to pressure him like Tank. Tank will bring out the best of him, and we'll see a great fight. Tank is just...
They can get him prepared for Sugar. Nobody, bruh. Right, Ryan. Sugar versus Oscar Valdez, Conceição, and Frank Martin. I think he'll be more prepared for Tank than Tank would be for him. I'm not saying Sugar wins. I'm just saying if you look at their resume, Sugar be more.
It's argued that Gervonta Davis's constant forward pressure and powerful punching could eventually break through Shakur Stevenson's more cautious, back foot-oriented approach. As their styles differ greatly, Stevenson relies on distance, balance, and precise shot selection, while Davis advances aggressively, takes risks, and carries knockout power. Mike Tyson also weighed in, backing Davis, while still acknowledging Stevenson's high-level skill and technique, which can sometimes appear less exciting. But he emphasized that Davis's intensity, strength, and commanding presence could push Stevenson to his limits, making him one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing and a serious threat to anyone he faces.
Is a huge fight for Shakur Stevenson, and for people to act like the biggest fight in boxing is with somebody like Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia is absolutely ridiculous. Now, why do we know that Gervonta Davis is such a big fight? Because Gervonta Davis has now beaten, I do believe, 5 or 6, I think it's 6 people that he beat went on to win world championships, including Ryan Garcia, who people are saying Shakur Stevenson is an exceptional fighter. He's one of the top 10 pound-for-pound fighters in the world. And there has been a campaign to run this guy's name down because he's with the PBC, or he's not with Matchroom, or he's not with DAZN, or he's not with Ring. So these people who are the loudest talkers in all of boxing all conspire to, or collude, I should say, collude, not conspire, collude to interpret every negative thing that happens about Gervonta in a way to eliminate.
Floyd Mayweather highlights the stark contrast between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson, calling Davis the most dangerous puncher in the lightweight division while labeling Stevenson as the most technically skilled fighter. He points out that Stevenson prioritizes taking on elite opponents and proving himself in the ring rather than relying solely on knockout power, following a path similar to Pernell Whitaker, who was never a big puncher but remained exciting, tough, and consistently faced top competition. Mayweather also notes that with Stevenson's contract nearing its end, the right matchup could elevate his career. Adding to the discussion, a boxing YouTuber analyzed the Stevenson-Davis fight, describing it as difficult to predict. Stevenson's experience against a wide array of skilled opponents gives him an edge in preparation, while Davis's raw power could pose serious challenges, creating a compelling clash between precision and knockout force.
Is the best. To me, he's better than Tank, he's better than Devin, he's better than Ryan, he's better than Teofimo when it comes to those weight classes. Yeah. Shakur, to me, is the best. He is me. I tell him all the time, you ain't gotta prove nothing to them casuals. Ain't never laced up, and you think Shakur gotta prove something to you. You sound stupid. Go glove up first. I done seen that boy do some miraculous things inside of a gym. Beat guys up from his weight class all the way up to 178.
Because you know the big one they want, you know, Shakur and Tank. That's the one everybody talking about. That's the one they want. Tank is
be mad at me, boy, and that lead up.
And you gonna go crazy in that?
Y'all gonna be calling me ugly for real then?
Do you think that's a 50-50?
I'm not gonna ever dismiss a fighter. I think that Tank got some great skills and got some hard ass punches. He's so explosive, but so is Shakur. Yeah. Shakur has, to me, faced harder challenges.
Shakur, you're gonna see this boxing style that you don't usually get from Tank. You're gonna see IQ. We saw IQ, but to me, it was low IQ because you see somebody's IQ take place when a fighter makes an adjustment, and now you have to adjust to what that fighter is doing, and that's kind of where you see
who's smart.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. A hold of it.
I think my fight with Terence shows a very high level of IQ from both of us. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And that's what Tank is gonna do with Shakur. He's gonna come into the ring and be a different version of himself.
Many of the fighters Gervonta Davis defeats go on to become world champions, reflecting the elite level of opponents he faces. Ryan Garcia is a notable example, frequently mentioned as a potential opponent for Shakur Stevenson despite having lost to Davis, underscoring Tank's dominance. According to analyst Fannin, these outcomes reinforce Davis's status as the top star in the division, making a matchup with Stevenson both highly significant and potentially career-defining for both fighters.